What is up, all my fellow weebs and weebettes? It's AnimeALX back again with another Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak build guide. And today we are going to be taking a break from my light bow guns. I know the last set of light bow guns I need to do is the elemental light bow guns, which I have all of them just fully upgraded. But I decided let's swap it up because my last few videos have just been light bowgun centric. Let's change course and do the best, or my personal favorite, elemental dual blades builds. Now, I'm not going to claim that they are the best because they are kind of tailored made for my playstyle, which is high risk, high reward playstyle. If you want something more safe, then feel free to trade out the Arc Helm for Teostra's helmet. But for today, I'm going to be showing you my personal. Anyways, getting into our build, we are going to go look at the equipment. Here is the water dual blade build, and for the water dual blade build, we are using Almudron's dual blades, which gives us 300 base attack, 62 hits of water element, a 2 into 1 slot in a level 3 rampage slot. The level 3 rampage slots are going to be important. And for our rampage slot, we have Elembane Jewel 3, which is going to increase our elemental damage. Now, I would like to preference that your switch skills should be demon mode, no matter what. I personally use demon mode, Shrouded Vault, and Spiral Slash. And then on my blue swap scroll, I have Piercing Bind and Iron Shine Silk. Even though I really don't use Iron Shine Silk like that, I don't know if that's really a bad thing or a good thing. So I might change that to Shrouded Vault and just keep Piercing Bind just for monsters on the ground. But honestly, all you kind of really need is just Spiral Slash and Demon Dance, and hit your Demon Dance and then Spiral Slash out of the Demon Dance and then hit again for really big damage. Anyways, for the equipment, we are using the Arc Helm, which is Shigeru Megala's helmet. I know for females it will be Storage Helm. We're using the Archfiend Armor Balo, which you get from the final boss. Now, I will like to preference that you can basically make every single elemental dual blades build with this build right here, but for a couple of my builds, I actually have different setups that allows me to slot in more skills. But this is going to be kind of your cut and, your cut and dry standard template, you could say. Anyways, we got the Divine Ire Cote, which gives us, or which I'm not even going to tell what it gives us, but this is the Furious Rajang Arms. We got the Archfiend Armor Aura, which is the final boss's waist. We got Kadachi Greaves X, which, is Toby Kadachi legs. We are using Demon Petulance 3, and our Fatal Tempest Talisman is an attack boost level 3 with 2 level 1 slots. I believe I use the same Fatal Tempest Talisman on all of my builds for these elemental DPs. I'm just letting you guys know. And for our build, we are using, or for the decorations, we are using 3 Critical Jewel 2s, 1 Tenderizer Jewel 2, 1 Crit Element Jewel 4, 1 Heartstream Jewel 3, 1 Attack Jewel 2, 2 Grinder Jewel 1s, and 2 Stream Jewel 1s. This build will grant you Water Attack level 5, Attack Boost level 4, Crit Eye level 4, Crit Boost level 3, Weakness Exploit level 3, Critical Element level 3, Chain Crit level 3, and Speed Sharpening level 2, but all you have to do is eat for Dongo Polisher, and you can actually get Speed Sharpening level 3. It does also give you Coalescence level 2, and when you lose a bit of your health, you will get Resentment 1. Bloodlust is there for to proc coalescence, and it's on the helmet. And Furious, you're not really going to use a lot, and you get 1 level of Constitution for just kind of whatever. Now, I'm not going to show you the damage numbers on all the dual blades, but I will show the damage numbers on this dual blades just to show you what we're working with. You do end up hitting like a couple of triple digit numbers, and it's pretty crazy. And I just want to show you how much infinity you get from completing this coalescence proc. That you are getting 40% affinity basically added on to your weakness exploit level 3, meaning you have 90% affinity on top of critical element level 3 and elemental exploit. And so your elemental damage is through the roof. As you see, I'm hitting 119 water, and the raw I'm hitting is 372. I know I know I was hitting more raw when coalescence procced. Also, my cat hit me with his rousing roar, which is funny. But obviously, now you know kind of the ballpark of the element you are reaching up from, and elemental dual blades are highly busted. They are so powerful in this game. So if you don't have any, I do recommend you going out and grinding for them. You will not be disappointed. Now it's time for our next DB build. Here's our Ice DB build. We are using the Deora's Ventus. And to give you an overview of the equipment that we use, we are using Kushala Deora's dual blades, which are personally my favorite dual blades design because they make a wolf's head, and wolves are my favorite animals. These dual blades look badass, so that is a plus. You do get natural purple sharpness, even though it's just kind of a little bit. You get 310 attack, you get 54 ice, and you get 0% affinity. You also get a level 3 rampage slot and a level 2 slot, and we get a fit Ellen Bane Jewel 3, which is basically going to be in every single one of these builds. For the armor, we are using the Arc Helmet, which is Shigeru's helmet, the Archfiend Balo armor, the Archfiend armor aura, which we've already went over, Kodachi Greaves X. Basically these 4 armor slots don't change. It's only the arms that changes. It's only the arms that changes, like I just said, and you get, and we are using the same Fatal Tempest Talisman. For this build, what you will need is, for the decorations, are 3 Critical Jewel 2s, 1 Tenderizer Jewel 2, 1 Critical Element Jewel 4. You need 2 Frost Jewel 1s, 1 Sharp Jewel 2, and 2 Grinder Jewel 1s. Now, obviously, if you eat for Dongo Polisher, you get Speed Sharpening 3, level 3. Just keep that in mind. I wish we had a better sharp or a better protective polish decoration. I wish we had more, or like an extra 2 slot to work with, but sadly we don't. So we can only fit in protective polish level 1. Now, if you do not like that and you want to have more comfortability in your purple sharpness, feel free to drop a level of crit boost for protective polish level 2, but I am actually just going crit boost level 3 and level 1 protective polish. So that is the build. Now, if you do somehow manage to have like an attack boost level 3 with level 2 slot, if that's even remotely possible in Sunbreak, then you will need to put another level of protective polish, so you could get protective polish level 2. But if you are like me and have an attack boost level 3 with 2 level 1 slots, or at least 1 level 1 slot, you just fit in Grinder Jewel. Just fit in your Grinder Jewel one. And also, if I failed to say that you need an attack Jewel 2 on this build, then you need an attack Jewel 2 on this build. I just could not remember if I said it or not. Also, if you also to shill myself, go follow me on twitch.tv/AnimeALX. Links will be down in the description. And if you are watching me live while this is going on, then thank you so much. This will be on YouTube later. Anyways, next is going to be our Thunder Dual Blades. Now, here's where things are going to get a little bit wonky. Now, we are using Narwha Dual Blades, as you see here. And Narwha Dual Blades does not have a level 3 slot. The reason why we do use Narwha Dual Blades, however, is because it comes with base purple sharpness. It comes with high, and I mean very high thunder. I don't even think anything else is close to this amount of thunder attack, even with elemental exploit. And your attack is 300 raw. For our rampage slot, we are using the anti-dragon jewel, but basically this is kind of a placeholder. Just remember to swap it out for any anti-species jewel. And I will say, one of the downsides about this build is you will only get 10% affinity, meaning you will only get 80% affinity once everything is procced. So you'll lose out on 10% affinity, unlike the other builds on this list, but it is a necessary sacrifice that we have to take. Now, all we did was just trade out the Lagombi arms / Furious Rajang arms for Ingot Vambrace's X, mainly due to the fact that they come with level 3 Thunder Attack and a level 4 slot and a level 2 slot. You were essentially going to basically use almost every single decoration from the previous 2 builds. The only problem is you're only going to need 1 Grinder Jewel level 1 because the build can only fit in 1 level of speed sharpening, while you will need everything else on the list that I have said up to this point. You would also need 2 Bolt Jewel level 1s so you can get max Thunder Attack. This will basically put your damage, closely in line to the other builds. And you will have a whopping, and I mean a whopping amount of Thunder Attack once everything is procced, making these the best Thunder weapons. I think the second best Thunder weapon you could potentially look at, I forget off the top of my head. I forget if it's either like Zenogres or if it's Astaloses. But I remember they only get to white sharpness, and so, the purple sharpness does give you more elemental damage. So I think that's the biggest, factor into things. Anyways, coming over to our next elemental dual blade is the Crimson Twin Wing, which is Crimson Glow Valstrax's dual blades, which is our Dragon dual blade, which comes with a whopping 52 hits of dragon, a white sharpness, a lot of white sharpness that is, a level 2 slot, and a level 2 rampage slot, and 330 attack, which is quite high when all things are good. You will also use any anti-species rampage decorations for your slot, by the way. Anyways, we basically are using the water dual blade builds. Like I said, you can essentially use this whole template right here for every single one of your dual blade builds. The only reason why I swap it up in the arms, depending on which dual blades I'm using, is because it allows me to slot in more skills. But you know, sadly, this is kind of one of those cases where we didn't have a better arm to use, so we just had to use Furious Rajang's arms. So you essentially want to use these same decorations as the water dual blaze build, only swapping out the water attack decorations for the dragon attack decorations. So, you know, having dragon attack in having dragon attack 3 in here, or our dragon jewel 3 and 2 dragon jewel level 1s, and having a Gronder jewel level 1 since we do not have a one slot for sharpening level 2, but we really don't need it that much. However, you will basically get the necessary skills that you need, and this is what I am using for my elemental dragon duel. Very fun, and very powerful. And last but not least, on our elemental dual blade tour is going to be our Magma Shredders, which is probably personally my favorite elemental dual blade build, mainly due to the fact that we are using the Kaiser Vambrace's X, and I will get into that in a moment because it's going to take this build up a level. Now, coming into our equipment, like I said, we are using the Magma Shredders, or maybe I didn't say that before, but for our fire DBs, we are using the Magma Shredders, which are Magma Almudron DB. Our attack is 300, we have white sharpness, our element, or fire element, is 64 hits, which is, I believe, the second highest element next to Narwha's dual blades, or the Thunder DBs, coming in at 69. And the only thing that follows this, I believe, is Kushala's. Quote me if I'm wrong, but in the comments, but you know, that's what I believe from the top of my head. Anyways, we use the Kaiser Vambrace's X for this one special ability, and that ability is Heyostra's Blessing level 1. Sadly, we can't get level 2, but if we could, that would be big poggers, and it will not allow me to up my. Anyways, so if you guys are confused why Teosha's Blessing level 1 is so good, it basically increases our fire attack and blast buildup by 5%, so that's an additional 5% that I have on this build. Sadly, I could not fit like Kushala's Blessing on the water and, you know, Ice Dual Blaze build because that's pretty hard to do since Kushala doesn't really give you a lot of good skills or for the dual blades. But you know, the stars kind of aligned, and the Kaiser Vambrace's X gives you everything that you basically want in a bag of chips. It gives you Teosha's Blessing level 1, which increases your fire attack by an extra 5% on top of your fire attack plus, or fire attack level 5. It gives you 1 level of crit eye level 1, which gives you level 4 crit eye, which combine that with bloodlust gives you 40% affinity, and combine that with weakness exploit gives you 90% affinity, which combines with critical element, meaning you are pretty much going to crit on almost all of your attacks with that skill. And for the piece of resistance, you'll get critical boost level 1, meaning you also get critical boost level 3, which increases your critical hit damage by 40%, which stacks with your critical element, which is another 50% of damage. And then you have chain crit level 3. It's just, this build just meshes so well with some insane elemental numbers, and with Elembane Jewel 3, you're just, any fire weak monster, you are just shredding. You are just shredding until they are melted, literally. We are still using the attack boost level 3 talisman, and we are using 2 blaze jewel level 1s and 1 hard blaze jewel level 3 The fact that the Kaiser Van Braces X has a level 3 slot just for this build work is so great. But even if they didn't, you still have like a level 3 slots on this build. So anyways, with all that being said, that is the build video. I hope all you guys liked it, and be sure to check me on Twitch. Check out all the links down in the description below, and peace out all my fellow weaves and weebettes. See you in the next one.